All right, this video we're gonna be talking about organizing with intent. Now, this isn't gonna be like super in-depth, so don't worry, I'm not gonna bore you. But I'm gonna be talking about notes, tags, pipelines, and stages and how we can utilize them a little bit better and just give you some ideas on creativity. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what to do, but I will give you some direction on that. So we have our notes training section on how to take notes and like utilizing ChatGPT to help you with notes because I know admin stuff can be really tedious. But inside of the notes, really what we need to be focused on is going to be motivation, pain, so what they're looking to solve, problems they're looking to solve. Offer, what I mean by that is did we offer and what was the reaction to the offer? And then next steps. If you can just categorize your notes into those 4 categories, I think you're going to be fine. Obviously, we want to see these as in-depth as we possibly can, which is why the GPT hack is really important. But if we can just focus on motivation, pain, offer, and then next steps, that should put us in a really good spot. Now let's talk about tags. Tags are really helpful, at least for me, where I'm able to be specific towards action, their age, and I don't mean their biological age, I mean how long they've been in the pipeline for. So like I have tags that are set up that's like, hey, this person's been in the pipeline for the last 7 days, the last 14 days, the last 21 days, the last 90 days, the last 365 days. I get to see how long they've been in because usually the longer they're in the pipeline, the more warming up and the more like follow-up I need to have with them. But there's all strategy around that, right? So tags are specific to the action. So follow-up call, no-shows, reschedules, things along those lines. And then age, we just went over, pipeline age. And then also, so next steps. So this could be like, people say red zone, which is like this person's super hot, they're ready to close. This could be I put it as LTN, long-term nurture. It's like, hey, this snowball's chance in hell of this deal closing today, but I think if we warm them up over the next couple of months, we could probably have a shot down the road. We could also look at, DQ for disqualified. So you can put tags on people like that so that you can create your lists so that if you wanted to run email blast or text blast to everyone that you have marked red zone, which means that they're red hot and they're going to close in the next week or two, you can hit them all up at one time because it is a red zone list. So using tags are very important. Now let's look at pipelines. So there's difference between pipelines and pipeline stages. The way that I organize my CRMs for all our growth partners is typically 3 pipelines. We have our leads pipeline, we have our closer pipeline, and then we have our follow-up pipeline. The reason being is I have worked on offers and seen inside of CRMs where it is just one pipeline with 47 different stages and people can't find their way out of a paper bag when they're inside of this pipeline. So I look at it as like leads. This is typically where the setters are going to be operating. And these are categorized by the pipeline age, like we just talked about with tags, qualification. And then we can use tags to also find out, we can add this to the list too, is their lead source. So if you're running a webinar and you have someone who is a lead and they've been in their lead age is days 8 to 14 or month 2 or whatever it is, we can look at them in the pipeline. We can see that they came from the webinar as our lead source and they've been in the pipeline for the last 2 months. So we can look back at the chat history, the notes, et cetera, to see if anything is worth pursuing there. Now the closer pipeline is designed specifically for closers. This is typically your book calls. So we're just going to put booked for book calls, your red zones, which we just talked about, right? So if you have someone or whatever you want to call it, your super hot leads that are ready to close. And this is really just for the closers to have anywhere between a 3 to 6 stage pipeline that is clear as day of exactly who is booked, who is rescheduled, who's super hot. And if they need a follow-up, then they get pushed to the follow-up stage. So this is where we handle all follow-ups outside of our red zone. So basically, if we feel like they need to have a long-term nurture, a longer-term follow-up, they had a call, the deal wasn't quite lost, but we're not ready to close immediately, then we push them to the follow-up stage. And the follow-up stages are first month through the 12th month, and then we have an additional stage for 12 plus months. Okay, so each stage, it's follow-up pipeline month 1. So these are all the people that have been put into the follow-up stage in the last 30 days. Then month 2, so everyone that has been past 30 days but not quite 60. Then 3, 4, 5, go all the way to 12, and then a 12 plus. So someone's been in the pipeline for over a year, they just get put into one big category where we follow up with them. So what this allows us to do is keep everything super clean. We get to cycle through our pipelines. The setters have their own pipeline where they get to see all of the leads, the lead ages, where they've come from, their qualifications, etc. The closers are focused on a very clean slate of what they have to do, actions for a closer leading up to a closing call and closing deals immediately afterwards if needed. And then the follow-up pipeline organizes all of our follow-up mechanisms so that if we want to run a one-time offer, a holiday special, whatever it might be, we know exactly who we can be targeting and how because of our tags and our pipelines and the pipeline stages, which we'll tackle right now. So stages, I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should be doing, but the biggest thing for stages is that you need to be specific. Okay, we don't need to be like micro specific, but we need to be specific and simple. If we can be specific and simple inside of these pipelines, again, pipeline age, qualification, how long they've been in. So the leads pipeline might be, so this is an example, right? New leads, which are days 1 through 7. Then lead, parentheses, day would be 8 through 14. Then we have day 15 through 21, then day 22 through 28. And then once I hit those weekly intervals, I then move to a lead, second month, third month, etc., almost following the same pattern as our follow-up pipeline that we were talking about. So if we can organize with intent of how we're going to be following up with people, it makes for a clearer space too. There's nothing more frustrating than jumping into a pipeline or a CRM and it's scattered, it's all over the place, you have no idea where anything is. Organizing with intent, your notes are going to help drive how you should be following up, what your teammates are going to be seeing to maybe assist you in getting people on the calendar, tags, pipelines, and then pipeline stages to make sure that you are clear as day of who you're speaking to. So maybe, again, you want to run an offer or an email blast or a text blast to people who have been in the pipeline for more than 6 months. Well, guess what? You can go to your lead pipeline. You can go to month 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus, and then you can go to your follow-up pipeline for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus, and you can run a promo for them only. Or maybe, you have multiple scenarios you can run from or run to, but you don't know how you can organize it until it is organized. So I just want to overemphasize the importance of organizing with intent, notes, tags, pipelines, pipeline stages, and I'll see you in the next video.